September of 2022, two cannabis workers set out to gain more perspective on what it's like to work for the East Coast's first legal cannabis industry. Who's making all the decisions? Who's making all the money? And who's doing all the work? Find out on Behind the Bud. Tonight's episode, Stizz Gotti.
Hello, everybody. This is Behind the Bud. I'm your host, D-Day. I got our host, Indo, to my left. Today we have, do you want to use like any sort of like moniker or anything? Like, did you want to...
Stizz Gotti.
That is correct.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
Stizz Gotti. We got Stizz Gotti right here.
Thank you for having me. Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. Especially, I appreciate you being here as being our first guest who currently works in the cannabis industry. Not just formerly, but still works in it. So how long have you been in it?
Okay, so officially I would say a year and some change.
On the books.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
On the books,
Yeah.
on the record, on papers.
Uh-huh.
Of a year and some change. Off the record, I would say since 13,
13.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very young beginning.
Yeah.
Started very early. So yeah, I'm a Budtender right
Yep.
now. Yeah. Just truthfully been trying to enrich,
Yeah.
Soak up a lot of game. Actually started off before I was like Budtender, was doing retail, usual jobs everybody had, your occasional like Forever 21 or something like that, But yeah, just working everywhere, TJ Maxx, all that type shit. But yeah, so as a Budtender, just really trying to learn from what I'm smoking, bro.
Yeah.
Do you have a goal at this point? Well, now that you're in the industry at such a young age, you're like 22, right? You
Yeah,
told me?
22, bro.
22. That's young as fuck. So I feel like with the way your experience is, like pretty much like weed off the street, you got goals coming from that?
Yeah, truthfully, bro, because I feel like a lot of people, especially coming from where I come from, like the area and background I came up from, they're not really utilizing it in a productive way. You get what I'm saying? Like,
What, weed?
Yeah, I feel like for something to be, in a way, it's not federally legal, but they're moving in a direction where they're acting like they want to.
Mhm.
People are still being held in prisons for minor weed offenses, previous offenses, things like that. People are still out here nickel and diming, and still
Mhm.
being harassed by the police. And in most cases, most people are just trying to buy clothes, buy food, things like
Yeah.
that, just trying to get by, especially selling things like weed. There's way worse things you could be selling in the world.
Seriously.
So I want to take the knowledge that the industry gives you and be able to find a way to turn that with the knowledge I have learned from my background and just build an enterprise essentially,
Mhm.
even if it's not opening a line of dispensary, just knowing that there's nothing that you can't do with that,
Yeah.
taking it anywhere, just anything you can, bro. You just got to get that knowledge to obtain that,
Yeah. I respect the
Yes,
fuck out of that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You got like 10 years too. That's the thing. Like a lot of people that I was in the industry with, like all ages, and a lot of people had no experience.
Yeah,
Like prior
bro.
to jumping into the company or whatever, they were just like, "Oh, I've never actually touched weed. I'm just here because it's legal."
Yeah, bro. I'm
Right.
not gonna
Curious.
lie. Like, it'd be surprising to me. Like sometimes, like if you'll catch a conversation with somebody at another dispensary, some of these people don't just smoke, bro.
They
Like,
just, they just
yeah.
there. They just there to see what's
Yes.
up.
Yeah, like you a visitor.
Yeah.
Truthfully, like that shit's
Right.
crazy to me. Why are you here? Like,
Yeah.
like what are you doing?
It's just like I like your decor.
Yeah, bro. Like that's a soccer player on a basketball court. Like what you doing
Yeah,
here, bro? It
right.
just doesn't make sense to me. But
Yeah.
I just
I
feel
respect it though. Honestly, coming from experience and just like you said, I smoked when I was 15, bro.
like, yeah, bro.
And I feel you, and a lot of people who was like, you could sit there in line, you could be like, why the fuck are you here?
Yeah.
And I used to be like, why are they there?
Mhm.
But I'm at this point where like I'll take in everybody
Mm.
just for the sake of the industry. If that
Mhm.
one person could be just a random nobody, but they could be somebody who's working in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
they might be off the clock, low key, trying to be super low key. If you know what I mean? If you
Mhm.
can, and that's where like if you held yourself to professionalism, that person would have a great experience, and that could sway voting and such. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And
Right,
like, so
right.
those things do matter to me. Like
I
am
feel
so
what
welcome
you're
to it.
saying, bro, but me personally, I'm just not going to hire a carpenter with no carpentry experience. I'm just saying.
Right.
I
Like-
100% agree with you there.
Like
Right.
especially being from a customer point of view,
Mhm.
I want to go in there and be talking to someone who's actually going to be trying the products you're trying to sell me, because then at the end of the day, you're just making it a sale. Like
Mhm.
it's not a connection. It's not you trying to give me something. Let's say I'm going in there because I've had tooth pain and I got a headache.
Right.
Like, are you just going to recommend anything to me, or you really know what you're talking about?
Right.
I came in the game when I was 22 or younger, and the prices have jumped up and down, right?
Yeah, yup. Also, the introduction of the industry is also fucking up street value too.
Is it
bro.
really?
Yeah, bro. Because everybody's looking at it like, okay, I can go to the dispensary and it could be alright, or I can go to this plug, bro, that's selling this zip for however much, but it's Czar though. It's exotics. So
Right.
just that name holds the weight, and then you add the price to it. It's trying to beat out. It's literally trying to cutthroat on the dispensary, bro. So therefore, it's just maxing it out because the dispensary already sets its prices so high. At least in my opinion, you only really come across a few dispensaries these days that's really like lit with the prices. You know what I'm saying? At least in my opinion, compared to what like it used to be. Like I remember paying like 30 for an eighth, truthfully. Like, and that was smooth to me. Now they be like 60 or better.
Right.
Like,
They're definitely
And then you're
places,
even talking about like the tax that goes on top of
yeah,
that,
you
right?
feel me? Tax is crazy. Don't even get me started on tax. Like, bro, that shit is sickening. You ask me, bro. That's another reason I feel like the dispensary game is fucking up the street value, truthfully, bro. Like, it's just bad, bro. Also, I'm not gonna lie, the street also does have a thing going on where they do be like tampering a little bit with the weed, so that definitely makes it like people.
So that ain't bullshit. Like all that fucking fentanyl, like being in the weed and all that shit. Like that's real.
People really doing that shit. Like I don't know how. I don't know the methods or nothing like that, but people like that shit's being stepped on.
How do you guys feel about growing? Like, do you
Growing?
think, what's your generation think about like growing weed?
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Too much work?
Me personally, I feel like I know myself. I'm not gonna be able to keep up with it. So yeah, too much work.
No, it's not. I mean, I don't even mean to be a dick about it. It's just literally what it is. It's mad work.
Something that is very prominent though. Nobody's putting nobody on though. Like I said earlier, trying to gain information. Like nobody's gonna sit down and teach you when to change your water for your plant and all that, which soil is the best to grow. They just gonna tell you, yo, bro, just buy this QP off me. You'll be right. And sometimes you can't even rely on word of mouth because the person who claims to be trying might not be doing it the best way, you know, not knocking nobody for that, you know, but still, like, I feel like there's a science about this for a reason, you know? Yeah. I just really feel like it's just really a crabs in a barrel mentality. So you'll see a lot of that, bro. That's something that happens heavy out here, bro.
Shiesty stuff.
Yeah, bro. Nobody really, like I said earlier, nobody wants to put nobody on, bro. It's sickening. Like, if you look at other places, like, I just feel like other places been had this shit on lock because they didn't really move like how we be moving certain times. Or maybe that's just me. Like,
I feel like a lot of the big companies just kind of came in and cornered a bunch of the market before companies like the one that we currently work for even had like a chance to get our feet wet.
Yeah, bro. Like, it kills me because it'd be big weed corporations. Like, and that's some shit I never thought. Like, I mean, but they do that with everything, so I can't really be mad at it. But that's some shit I never thought I would see.
Ain't that the fucking truth, though? Like, right?
Bro, like, that shit's crazy. Bro, if we really look at it from the beginning, let's really start from square one. Like when weed was really coming into being, like even used type shit, bro.
Sure.
That shit was really like, what's the exact terminology? Encyclopedia, bro. Like it was a class what? Which class was it? Type drug?
Class 1.
Yeah, bro. That shit was
drug.
like that shit was
It's
looked
like
at
the worst
same level as heroin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but now that people are becoming more knowledgeable of its benefits, what it really does, everybody wants to jump on it. Like you said,
I was also going to point out, it still is a class 1 drug. It still is in the hand of the DEA right now.
Bro, no bullshit. I'm not going to lie. Anything used too much, anything abused is bad for you. Fucking fruit, too much water is bad for you. And I get it, bro. It alters your mind state. So they're going to try to call it a drug.
Right.
That's fair, bro. But don't try to get on the train after the shit done left 2 stations. Now y'all won't be okay with it because y'all realize it's a lucrative business.
That's the fucked up thing is there's a bunch of people who never smoked weed who now all of a sudden like drink these seltzers and are like, oh, we're, you know,
like
we're
you
doing
feel
this
me,
now.
bro?
Yeah,
like when these same people would have looked at you so snide if you were smoking a blunt outside, bro. Like that shit. How about the fact that I think it's so crazy like we're just now seeing places that are allowing people to smoke inside, but wasn't there a period in time when cigarettes was just allowed, period? Restaurants, stages would be in the same.
No, not even that. It was the thing to do.
You
had to smoke.
I was gonna say, like, me and Indo originate from a time when there was a smoking section in every restaurant,
bro, and that shit kills people. That shit fucks cigarettes. I'm heavy on that. Like, and I smoke mixed, so I'm not even want to be talking, but fuck cigarettes, like for real. That shit is horrible. But like, I just feel like it's kind of ignorant on their part trying to do that to us. Bro.
I agree.
You know, yeah, bro.
Would you say that the quality of weed since legalization, would you say overall that the quality of weed has improved, or has it like?
I feel like, for one, it's another one where it's a lot of variables.
Sure.
Because for like people like y'all who've been smoking for a minute, you also got to factor in like y'all tolerance. So what even would be considered something that really would get y'all fried for real, you know?
Right.
But then again, I'm a skeptic, bro. Who's to say this shit isn't getting watered down and just sprayed with some shit to make it feel like it's super high? Because I feel like the real shit been gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like because like, look at it. Everything's technically a hybrid now, ain't it?
Yo,
like,
right?
So come on now.
I always like to joke about the fact that like hybrid is like like when they just don't know what the fuck it's gonna do to you.
Yeah, like you feel me? Like I feel like
way to look at it, yeah.
You just can't call it, bro. Like how about I haven't smoked no real haze in a minute, bro. Like
I know what you mean.
Like you feel me? Like maybe I'm just an old soul. Like I'm trying to hold on to my sour. Like
you're 22.
Yeah, still, bro. I've been smoking since ever. I've been grown, bro. Like, yeah, but still, I feel like kind of. I can't really call it, bro. Yeah, but I don't want to I fuck with weed, bro. But at the same time, like I was saying earlier, anything of too much is bad for you, you know, bro. I don't want to say and promote it, you know, shit like that. Like if you want to indulge in it, it's an adult choice you should make, bro. I don't think it's cool that I started smoking at 12 and nothing like that, or even having to trap.
Actually,
you know,
right?
You brought something right up there. Like, let me ask you something. As your age, what do you feel about the legal age that they put?
What is it now? Officially 21, right?
21, yeah.
A year younger than you. How do you feel from that, like, young side?
I feel like that's kind of dumb. Because
it's too high or too low?
I feel like it's too high, truthfully. Because let's say there was, for example, a kid that was trying to go about this the smart way, you know, actually, this is going to sound crazy because of the way that weed is perceived, but talking to their parents about, like, because it is medicinal, bro. Just as quickly as they would give a kid fucking depression meds,
right?
Why
or
could
Adderall,
they? You feel me? Why could they not be, or whatever, bro? Why could they not be prescribed something that could just literally like incite their mind in a way, or like help with that, like it does for me? You get what I'm saying, bro? Like
slow their shit down
exactly,
a little bit,
bro, or whatever the case may be. Some kids who are battling like stomach pains and things like that. There's things that we could like attend to, you know. Like I just feel like it should be really looked at for more of its properties that actually help than the things that like people ignorantly label on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
The hard part about that shit is like it's a tease.
Yeah,
so the people who really do take it seriously, it's like, yo, like I'm really trying to take this fucking shit seriously, and you're like, we're gonna have a vote. We're gonna push the vote back. Something happened, we're gonna push the vote back.
Yeah.
Oh, what's happening in Ohio right now? Perfect example.
You know what I mean?
They just legalized it, and all the Republicans are like, oh, you can't grow it at home. You can only have this much. Florida's trying to limit their weed down to like 10%.
What?
Right now, 10% THC. Yeah.
Like it's just a never ending.
They can't handle it.
Like tug of war. They can't.
Right.
It's a never ending tug of war, bro. Because like everything's variable.
They want to control anything, but I'm learning from just life. For these companies, the thing is, I've noticed that it's all about retention, right? They want to span this out. So 10%, good. Now we can promote for the next year and a half. Oh, hey, now we got 20%. You know what I mean? It's retention. They want to just span this period out and just control that marketing they can keep hitting you with more and more and more the longer they can go. And I think that's an approach that they always want to do, and especially with weed.
No bullshit, because
you can keep growing it.
Yeah, literally, like that's what I'm saying. That whole that's
what I see with Florida.
That whole sales pitch is the shit that I was saying. I can't really fuck with.
We regulate at 10%. Now
like,
we have control at like 20 and 30, what they consider is really good. So now they can control the game of what people like.
Yeah, right, bro. No bullshit. That's what
I see when they're trying to do some bullshit. Like now, for everybody at home, 10% is bullshit. Okay.
Yeah, no, 10%.
I'm sure of bullshit. Like if you want to know, like that's like smoking air.
Like to piggyback off what you were saying, like that's just the way they're making all of this shit a business, when this shit really started out as like a culture. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
right.
You know,
yeah.
Like even somebody in my, like as young as I am, bro, acknowledge that, bro. Like, you know, this shit started somewhere way that's bigger than me, bro. Like it started with the hippies, the Rastas and shit like that, bro. Shit that's above me. But like I feel like they're not trying to acknowledge that. They're just overlooking that, bro. Like even if they do try to fuck with the culture, I feel like they still just saturating it. You know what I'm saying? Like they do with everything. Like I said, they do.
I mean,
shit.
I feel like especially there's a specific type of culture that they promote, and there's another specific type of culture that they completely trample over,
right? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
The cute
like
shit they
like.
Yeah,
we're totally into the tie dye and the fucking, you know, like the hippy dippy bullshit. But like when it comes to like, I don't know, like literally everything else that surrounds it, you know,
like just regular people,
right?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Smoker could be anybody. Like we three different people. They picked us out a fucking bunch, and we all have that mutual connection. You get what I'm saying? That's very true. Yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. It's a culture. It's from here. Like you can't fabricate that. You can't put it on a shelf and put it on display. Yeah, like you get what I'm saying?
That's what they tried to do.
How did you end up smoking it at 12? Like, what was that experience?
Oh,
like,
just play by play
the experience.
No bullshit. So I was hanging around with some of my friends that I've known since young, and this was with one of my brothers, my older brother, one of his friends. Yeah, they was already older, you know, like around the time I'm 12, they're already like 16, 17 type shit.
Sure.
So yeah, they just run around the neighborhood, you know, the neighborhood we stay in, chilling. They pull up on me and my two other friends. They're like, "Yo, I'm about to roll up. Y'all trying to smoke?" Like, we're like, nah, we ain't never smoked before, but you know how it goes. You're trying
12.
you're trying to act cool, bro. It's crazy. People will offer you cigarettes and all that. They don't give a fuck, bro. Damn. Like, like you want a square? Fuck no. Like, bro. So they're like, you trying to smoke? We duck off to this little alley that we have around our neighborhood, you know? So we dug off into the alley with smoking, bro. And that's when the anxiety started ramping up, because you're like, what is this shit really about to do to me? Because the most experience you have before that, especially at that age, is like with your mom or your father would tell you, or TV. Right. And that's around that time period where that shit is the worst it could be. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know what the fuck's about to happen, but on the TV, I'm seeing this shit.
No frame of reference for
what's about I'm seeing this shit is just like, don't smoke this, but they're not really giving us much context. So that fear with no context builds more fear. You get what I'm saying?
Weed bad.
Exactly. That's it. And that's all you need to hear.
Exactly.
So,
it's like the commercials. I smoke weed. It didn't ruin my life.
Right, bro. So I'm already ramping up the anxiety, but it gets to me. I ain't no bitch. So I'm toking, puff, pass, getting my Snoop on, getting crazy, right?
Snoop Dogg made sense.
Yeah, bro, that. You feel me? Made sense. No bullshit. Wiz Khalifa made mad sense. Cushing OJ was my shit. No bullshit. But so that shit had me blasted. I don't know what the weed was. It might have been like Gorilla Glue, or it had to be like sour. Jesus. That was what was cool back then.
I mean, if I'm thinking of what I was smoking back when I first tried it, it was like some fucking old bale shit with like seeds in it.
I remember, honestly, from me smoking throughout end of high school, I don't even think I was 21, but I remember because like Chinese New Year, I got mad loot. Yeah. Yo, I ended up spending I bought 20 grams of Chem Dog one night, and it was just me, my cousins. So it'll be me, my brother, probably two other cousins. So probably like 4 or 5 on average would be our groups just passing around. But the thing is, like, there'd always be like 2 dudes that could roll. The rest were useless as fuck.
Yo, it be like that all the time, always, right? There's always that one.
I'm like, yo, how is it like, nope, our crews never get rollers, bro.
Nah, bro. Or there's that one dude who smoked,
like,
but all his
I can roll, but you roll it better.
Yeah, bro.
Like, man, you should do that, bro.
That should be OD, bro.
End up with a pregnant dolphin.
My brother was like,
no bullshit. He said end up with a pregnant dolphin. That's real shit. A fucking hole in the middle. Bro, blunts be bro. Blunts be ugly. Like,
I was gonna say, like, how does your family see it?
Nah, no bullshit. So in the beginning, like when I was that younger age, obviously they was like, nah, I got the whole gateway drug speech and all that.
Yeah.
But nah, after a certain point in time, I really looked up and looked around. These motherfuckers is gatekeeping a gateway drug. I'm like, yo, everybody does weed, bro. So what's the big fucking issue? So it's like,
were your parents smokers?
Bro, my pops was like, and my mom, like, you know how couples go, bro. If one person does something, the other person's always gonna do it too.
Mom's always gonna be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, she deny it to the grave, bro. But I've seen it a few times. But yeah, my pops would smoke, but they had that same conversation with me, like when it's your time, when you're an adult. But it gets to a certain point in time, like it's either I'm gonna do it or I'm gonna go sneak and do it. So you might as well let me do what I want to do. Like, and it's clearly something you doing. So it's like, you get what I'm saying? But then again, once again, it's that ignorance tied around to it. Like, I'm a kid. I don't really know.
I mean, honestly, that's for me, that's liberating to hear, man. Yeah. I grew up not getting that. Like, I didn't get the, like, we'll talk about it later. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or like, even like, in all fairness, like it was hidden away, like, or just been like, yo, don't do it. It's bad. That's it. I'm like, well, why? It's just bad. We don't do that.
Yeah, nah, I definitely agree with you, bro. I would agree 100% that I was pretty lucky to have parents that were very open-minded enough to be able to, like, yo, what's up, movie? We'll revisit, and not just something that's just like we're steadfast on that no, like, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like probably you might feel like this with your cousins as well. It's just a trusting. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Letting you guys learn on your own.
Yeah, because experience is the best teacher. You get what I'm saying? Like, like I said, it's either I'm going to sneak and do it or I'm going to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no in between, especially when you're a teenager. Like, I'm going to do that shit regardless. So
it's just a good feeling to see y'all get into it naturally, organically.
It's not something that's forced on.
I had uncles saying, don't do that. Your dad said no, like busting my balls.
Yeah, nah, bro. I mean? It's definitely a thing of freedom, bro. And also, I feel like because a lot of, like you're not old, bro, but a lot of the people that dealt with this shit that y'all dealt with are now the adults. So y'all aren't gonna try to keep that ironclad grasp on somebody who's my age. Y'all give us the freedom to be who we want to be, and we're very different people. So it's definitely cool that I am soaking up game in the industry that I'm trying to be in from y'all, because I feel like if it was the people previous to y'all, I wouldn't be knowing shit.
Yeah,
you know what
I'm saying? I agree. You're saying, like, if you were coming up with your corporate bullshit.
Like, I wouldn't have made it very far, truthfully, bro. I don't know if I would have still been in the industry if not for, like, people like y'all. You get what I'm saying? Even
you actually work with legit family over there. Like, your uncle is basically like one of the workers over there.
Yeah, bro. No,
you work with a cousin?
Everybody, like, because I'm trying to tell you, bro, everybody sees what's the potential in it, bro. Like, you know,
you work with your cousin outside of work too, right? Like
we also make music. Yes, sir.
That's dope.
I feel like that goes hand in hand a lot with the culture of marijuana too. Heavy on the music, especially my generation, bro. Yeah. Because weed is like looked at as like you want to be a rapper, bro. You gotta smoke weed,
right?
Like,
I know what you mean.
Like,
I mean,
bro.
Amongst other things, but
that's what I'm saying.
Calm down.
You feel me? That's the first on the checklist. Then we gonna start getting to the crazier shit. For me, though, I feel like since I have been smoking for so long, it kind of does incite creativity sometimes, though. You know what I'm saying?
You like smoking and making music?
Yeah, I love that shit. That shit gets you going.
I mean, that's, bro, like you said, wavelength, bro. Exactly. Like, I'm on like that really older, like, bullshit where I'm like, yo, like, you can smoke and your wavelength will be to where it needs to be. That's why you feel good. Like, I'm cheesy as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm vibey as fuck,
like,
bro.
That's kind of how I, you know what I mean? So
that shit, bro, no bullshit. I believe in that shit heavy, bro. And they might be looking like, I don't care. Y'all can look at me like, oh, nah, they be smoking. They talking about, nah, bro, vibes is real. You know how vibes is real? Because you could walk into a room and know that somebody was just talking about you. How else would you know that? Because, like, feel me, you could tell if there's danger in there, bro. Vibes is real, so don't
Spider sense.
You feel me? That's a real thing, bro. Your intuition is real. I'm big on vibes, and I'm not one of those like crazy astrology people, but like I believe in laws of manifestation and all.
I'll
that.
have to edit that part out for all the crazy astrology people.
right.
They're all gonna come for me.
They're gonna come for me too, bro. I'm canceled.
We gotta have Kai on too.
We do,
so we can have that. Yeah,
we can
showcase y'all's music.
Tape on the way.
Would you say overall, like for your age group, that weed is more like something that you guys trust, or is it more something that you guys consider that if the government says it's Schedule 1, then there's a reason?
Yeah, nah. Truthfully, my generation, everybody's a fucking skeptic, so we're not trusting shit that the government say. Everybody's a conspiracy theorist. We don't even want to be here half of the time. Half of us is planning our escape to fucking the Bahamas anyway. No bullshit. We're trying to get the fuck up. Well, the Bahamas ain't very far, but we're trying to go somewhere.
Right.
We're trying to go somewhere.
You're trying to get out of the range of atomic weaponry.
Exactly. Go somewhere nice. We're gonna be in sandals.
Fuck it.
Yeah. But nah, all jokes aside though, we don't really fuck with what they be trying to feed us, bro. Like, but I'm not gonna lie, we also aren't the most careful. Like, there's more times that I've been like, fuck it out and we'll roll it up, and then like been like, yo, let's double check this. I feel like now at 22, I'm more cautious than I ever been.
Do you feel like you've ended up with some laced shit in the past?
No bullshit. I don't think I've never gotten nothing laced, but I've definitely seen some shit that was questionable. Like going back to the shicey mentality, even if the shit is laced, they might short you. You feel what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's just so many variables that will make you want to just. So like being a consumer, you're stuck in the middle between the streets and the dispensary. Streets and dispensary. There's a reason why you don't want to go to the streets. There's a reason why you don't want to go to the dispensary.
Yeah.
It's just a constant back and forth. So the person who's really getting fucked is just a regular weed smoker.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Ain't that the fucking truth?
Yeah. I don't know, but I might be reaching here, but I feel like a lot of the people that start doing shit like this, if they don't have a purpose, they don't care. Like if they don't get into it without a reason, don't have a background at least. Like I know I was saying some shit before, like like everybody got to smoke or something along the lines of that. But like still though, bro, if you have some type of experience or background, bro, I feel like you really got that shit in your heart. Like you feel me? Like you wanna be able to profit off of it because you was part of that culture, not trying to gatekeep it or nothing. But like you feel me? It just feels different, bro. Quality is going to be different. Products is going to be different.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always low-key, personally, always looked at it like when we talk about weed legally compared to my memories of when I was doing it illegally, it's like, yo, they messing with my shit.
Yeah, bro.
In simple terms, like, they're messing with my shit, bro. Like, I've been messing with this before regulators were in place, before the CCC was talking their shit, whatever. Now, I'm not against it, right? It's not about against it. It's just like, where's, you know what I mean? Where's like the improvements? Where's the progress that you so always were talking about?
Like the regulations, they don't really have nothing to show for all these things that they're trying to like be honest about. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not mentioning our energy at all, or at least a quality that's up to the standards that require them regulations. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, if you want to make it a Schedule 1 drug, it better put me on my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit better be some piff. Like you feel me? And we're not even getting that.
And even in the spirit of progress, because like we said earlier, there are good people, and for the people who are representing that, I know that there's a process that takes its time, but I also know that there are powers to be that want to slow down these processes.
Exactly, bro. No bullshit. And I'm just listening to y'all talk, and then I collect and think what I'm gonna say next, but then I keep feeling like I keep going back to sounding kind of whiny, because it's like I hate the fact that like they are marketing this like it's something corporate. Like the fact that we could talk about it economically is kind of crazy to me, but then again, I also kind of got to look at it like, did I never expect it to progress? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I
know what you mean. And I also feel like you have every right to feel the way that you're feeling, because in a way it was stolen from y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that culture and that fucking framework that y'all were literally risking imprisonment to sustain was taken by a bunch of fucking people in suits and made into a business model that is intentionally exploitative of the customers and of the fucking people who work in it.
Now they're just stockpiling it on top of the money that they already got.
Yeah. No that's the fucked up part of it, right? Is that literally,
and like a majority of the people in America are living paycheck to paycheck.
Literally.
Like literally statistically.
And
economically.
I'm a big believer in like, if something keeps becoming like, or being seen as a common point, then it must be facts, bro. Like it just like this shit literally is just relating to the way that the world works. The rich keep getting richer, the poor keep staying poor. Like, and it's crazy that they made something like weed about that. Like, they systematically work that in there. That shit's crazy, right?
I'll have a breakdown for you right here from one of my days that, you know, when reality hits you when you're working at your shitty job. Sometimes you're just stubborn. You're like, whatever, I'm just here because it's a check. And then at some portion in the day, reality low-key hits you in your head. You're like, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Like, I don't want to be
no
here.
bullshit.
I realized, I'm not going to say the company, but one day, in a day, I get paid like $80.
Mhm.
And in that one like 4-hour frame of that shift, I made them $3,000.
Right,
Mhm.
right. bro.
Coming from flipping,
yeah,
I'm like,
Right?
motherfucker.
bro, seeing like hundreds of days.
Right.
You know, I hope everybody understands at home who are older or whatever. But even when you're younger kids, like when you flipping shit, imagine motherfucker cutting into your shit. You working a legal clock-in job, and you're like,
Like,
I just made a quarter of what I could fucking make.
Right.
feel me, bro?
Right.
And it's also very hard to stomach going from like making like $140 in one text message compared
Yeah.
to like going to work a full shift. You know what I'm
10
saying?
hours,
Like,
yeah.
like that shit's crazy, bro.
Like, and they make you
Mhm.
guys wear those like whack ass aprons or whatever.
Yeah.
They just
The
I
little
know, you know,
lanyards.
motherfuckers don't want to wear shit.
The lanyards is crazy. And then they tag shit on it. That shit's crazy. Yo, you stupid. That should be pissing me off, bro. I swear.
That's funny.
And then they tag shit on it. Like, that shit's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. Makes me sick.
That's like if Uncle Sam will never allow something, he can't. He can't
And now they
cash
can
out on.
control who accesses it and who actually gets the market on it.
You feel me,
So-
bro?
Which is so this is what scares me about what they're doing with the Schedule 3 thing, right? Is like it seems like they're taking it and scheduling it down to the same like classification as OxyContin and all these other fucking like painkillers and shit, specifically for the purpose of handing control over like wholesale to the pharmaceutical industry.
Bro, yeah, no
Yeah.
bullshit. I think in I could imagine in the future going to Walgreens and getting your prescription, your eighth, your prescribed eighth.
Would
I
you?
wish.
So this is a recent study or a recent survey that was done. Would you say that if cannabis were sold at a pharmacy, would you buy it at the pharmacy or would you prefer to buy it on the street? Would you trust the pharmacy with it?
Me personally,
Yeah.
I'm buying it from the street, bro.
Yeah, no, see that, and believe it or not, that was the actual prevailing answer, like 67% or
Really?
something like that. I think,
Yeah.
yeah, like 2/3 of respondents.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I said earlier, there are a lot of things, you know, a lot of give and go, a lot of reasons why I would go to either. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like the pharmacy is always some man-made shit. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Synthetic
Yeah.
shit.
Exactly,
Yeah.
synthetic. Like I
Right.
can't
Majority.
trust that. Like,
And when you make that like, you make that gripe, a lot of people get butthurt because it's like, oh, you're shitting on medication. It's like, oh, people need. Like, it's not about that.
nah, bro.
I'm sure there's medication where I'm not arguing the science
Mhm.
that, you know what I mean? People need certain things, but why are you arguing our fucking science is my thing.
Or how about there's science and everything, but they make it a chemical science. It's no longer natural. Like it's like you're gonna like. Does that make
Mhm.
sense? Like
Like it's processed.
Yeah,
There's
like
a
there's-
processing
Exactly.
level.
there's always a natural remedy. You get what I'm saying? Like for example, like aloe vera. Like that's a natural remedy. You don't need
Yeah.
to go to over the counter get a prescription for shit like that. And I feel like that's in the same category as marijuana, in my personal
Mhm.
opinion. They just want to label it a class 1 drug. That's
Yeah,
how I
I
feel.
mean, it's always going to be politics. Like,
Well, it's,
no-
it's money.
and
That's
We
the
need to
problem.
keep-
Is our money isn't our politics aren't divorced from money.
Yeah.
If it came down to a strictly political solution, it would have been solved already because a majority of Americans support the legalization of recreational cannabis. Like it like far and away.
Mhm.
it's growing.
The senators who are bought by pharmaceutical companies and what have you, and even like church groups who are opposed to it, all this kind of shit. Like there's literally a lobbying group made up of people like part of which is Krispy Kreme donuts, like in the NFL
Same
are like
people who wanted you
actually
to get shots for fucking donuts. bro.
yeah, dude, literally,
Bro.
like, why the
Shots
fuck
for
are
donuts?
you attacking your
So
target
the same-
demographics like that?
So
I
the
don't
same
understand
company
it.
that's against weed, which is natural,
Mhm.
Mhm.
when the pandemic hit, was promoting, hey, get a shot.
And you'll get a donut.
Yes.
I'm
I'm not.
I
That's just,
know.
I can't even make that up with their
Yeah.
name. I wouldn't even do it.
Yo,
Yeah.
bro, that's
Like,
crazy.
I would not use
bro.
Krispy Kreme in a joke like that.
It's crazy because they would have got me.
People would
No bullshit. They would have got me. I
I
would have
was
been
gonna
right
say,
in
yo, they
line.
hooked a lot of people,
You
bro.
feel
It
me?
is
But
what it is.
that's fucked up because once again, it keeps coming back to the way the world is, bro. I was just gonna say, I'm gonna keep it a rack during the COVID, during the quarantine though. And we was running it up though. That was a good time to be selling weed. No bullshit. That was a good time to be selling weed.
Yeah, bro.
But-
Hell yeah.
Everybody's trapped inside.
Yeah, bro. Like, oh my god.
You still dealing with people you know.
You feel me? Everybody was looking for a plug. You feel me? Like
Right.
everybody needed that.
Everybody's
Nobody was trying
trapped
to come
at home.
outside. Like,
Yeah.
but then again, also if you realize like towards the end of that shit, that's when like all the street weeds like market really started going up. Like y'all familiar with Zaza?
I
Yeah,
was
that-
made familiar in our
That's
last
when that
episode.
shit started coming in heavy.
That's the primo.
Exactly.
Right.
The primo. Like, yeah,
Right.
that shit started coming in heavy. Everybody started talking like they had Zaw. And now, and so going back to what you asked me about, like what my generation really feels about weed, like y'all probably came into it with like, yeah, actually it might be either one. Y'all either came in with a bunch of strange or it was just like you don't know what you're getting.
Mhm.
But now there's only two classes. There's either Zaw or you got mids. And the mids is basically
No,
the
for
mids
sure.
is just all platinum kush. It's literally just PK.
That's
Really?
hilarious.
Literally, bro. It's just different derivatives of PK.
Okay.
Like, and that's it. There are no other
No
in
variety.
between. Yep, bro. No bullshit. You might get like
And so how would you go about if you're gonna make that purchase, right? Do you feel like the majority of the time it's off, like you get that good primo shit off people you know, or like is it different?
no bullshit. Like kind of like you when you menu shop. You gotta shop around a lot
Yeah.
because somebody's prices might be better, but they might have some weed that's not really as strong as your man's that charges the price, which makes sense. But you still might want to mess with him because you only got 40 right now or something. You know, it just
Mhm.
depends. But like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's all be worth it sometimes,
I
though,
feel
bro.
you.
You know, it just really depends for real.
Would you say that you, in general, find better weed on the street than in the dispensary?
My personal experience, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Like for better value or just like overall better quality?
Better quality, truthfully. Like,
Really?
yeah, definitely. But also, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes they be beating out price as well, but it's more rare. Like if we're talking about primo, like legitimately, like I'm smoking this shit and I'm getting high, there's no
Mhm.
games. Yeah, they cutthroat on the dispensary price and quality wise. And I believe it's because it's coming from other places. No bullshit. Like everybody knows that. It's
Yeah.
coming from other places.
Other
But-
places like
Like just other places in the country. Like just-
Importing.
Yeah, they're shipping it out from everywhere.
This episode of Behind the Butt is sponsored by the United States Postal Service.
Yo, you're funny
Y'all
as
just be
shit.
sending packs, man.
Yes, sir. Like, you know, everybody knows how it goes.
Right.
So me personally, I would, but
If I trust you with quality, I'm
Mhm.
willing to pay.
yeah, bro.
That's just what it is, man. Like
Yeah, and also, bro, it goes back to culture too, though, bro. Because you with your mans, bro. Your mans will give you a good price just off the strength. More compared to going to a register, you're not getting
yeah, that's the thing I don't trust.
Right.
a
you
lot
feel me?
nowadays,
You're not
yeah.
getting a
Right.
discounted price unless we got a sale going on.
Mhm.
Like your mans will just let you hold something because they're your mans, bro. That culture, that building that connection is
Sure.
different. You get what I'm saying?
I've gone into a dispensary, not recently, but like there's one time where I asked the Budtender about a concentrate where I knew about it,
Mhm.
but I was just kind of in the mode where like, let's see where that like, and she's explaining it like, oh, it's fruity, this, and then she slipped out. She's like, I don't know, I don't really dab, and I'm just like,
And so that how do you
you know what I
know?
mean?
Like,
So, like, even for me as like a 10-year smoker, so to speak, I don't know what you want to call it, but like,
I mean, not everybody dabs,
But
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 just dab, but how's
Just-
the
I see
strain
what
going to
you
be
mean.
different? The strain going to be different if you're dabbing it or smoking like flower. It's the same strain.
bro, at work, if there's something I don't know, I'll dead be like, yo, I genuinely do not do this, but from what's inside of it, I could tell you may feel this based off of this.
yeah,
Or I'll
yeah.
just ask somebody who does
Right,
do
there's
that.
nothing
You
wrong
get what I'm
with that,
saying?
bro.
Don't sit
Right.
there and make something up because you're
Yeah.
trying to sell me. You
Exactly.
get what I'm saying? And no bullshit. Like we keep saying, bro, a lot of the times, bro, it just be the corporations because then you'll go into these places and you might have an experience like you had with the girl, or you might come across somebody like us. Or like for y'all, for example, the corporation they work for is a POS
Mhm.
type shit, piece of shit.
Right,
But
right,
y'all care. Y'all know
Right.
what the fuck y'all are talking about.
right.
You feel me? Culture.
Yeah,
Culture.
that's just
right.
That's it. Culture.
Right.
Like it's the
That's
heart
what we're
and
here
soul,
for.
bro. No bullshit. That's it, bro. Like
Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming by and talking about the culture and sharing your info about working in this shit, you know?
anytime, man.
Yeah, man. We need perspectives on this show, and having a fresh new one is like a gift.
It's
definitely.
it's refreshing to see, bro. Like
No bullshit. I just want to thank y'all for giving me a platform to speak my mind. Let
Yeah,
me be me. I appreciate
Absolutely.
y'all existence.
And we
all
love to
that.
have you back on. Like,
But TRT tape on the way soon. Coming
yeah.
very, very soon. Gonna have my good guy, KG
right.
Loyal, Kai
That's
Loyal
right.
in here with me. Yeah, but I appreciate
That's
y'all
right.
behind the buds, y'all.
Stizz
Yes, sir.
Gotti.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Stizz
you autograph
Gotti.
that after.
I got y'all.
oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, this was good shit.